Near-death experiences, or NDEs, is a phenomenon whereby strong emotional sensations and visions are experienced when a person is near or close to death, or even declared clinically dead. Millions of people from around the world have experienced NDEs, and many have described similar experiences, and these experiences have had a profound effect on their lives thereafter.
Near-death experiences, or NDEs as they're known, have been recorded from the earliest historical times. And effectively what it is when somebody is close to death. Now by close to death I mean that they could be in an accident, they could be having a cardiac arrest, they could be drowning, and in many cases people falling from great heights and surviving. Around about 20% of the population report a sensation that is quite unusual, what we call an altered state of consciousness.
And then I went into this, I sort of floated into this tunnel, and there were other figures that I recognized, and this welcoming, like sun, white sun.
And I think when we look at the reductionist view that consciousness is created by the brain, well, these experiences can't be explained. So then let's think about consciousness. Is it really created by the brain, or is there some other kind of understanding of consciousness which we've overlooked?
And I had an incredible sense of well-being, in a sense that it's just so near. It's not a far away or scary thing. And that
you mean death?
Death.
Really?
That it's a very near and
it's like it's a breath away.
Yes, it's just right there.
Really?
I think that generally the public are interested in this phenomenon anyway. And I think that probably there is a general sea change in terms of society. People are tending now to look at the softer aspects of what it is to be human.
Hello and welcome to today's edition of Unite Planet. Now today's edition is a little bit different because I'll be interviewing my very good friend and fellow Unite Planetee, Paul Northridge. And today we'll be discussing his near-death experience, and he will recount it today with me and share it with you. And he's here to discuss his near-death experience which he had at 14. Paul, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much,
Even
Johnny.
though you live here.
In the Unite Planet kitchen.
In the Unite Planet kitchen and Unite Planet house.
Along with flowers.
Along with flowers. I like flowers. But thank you for agreeing to share the experience, the near-death experience with us today.
Thank you very much.
So if we could start just by giving a little background detail leading up to your near-death experience.
Okay, first of all then, basically I was born with spina bifida, so I've had problems with walking from birth, and so I've had operations up to the age of 16 almost every year. So anyway, to cut a long story short, at 14 years of age, I had an operation where they was going to do a lengthening of my leg. Which was quite innovative at the time. It was only like 80s time, so it was a new experience. I was actually the new, I was almost like a experiment, would you believe, for spina bifida people.
Really?
They only did the leg lengthening on another person, which wasn't spina bifida, so it was quite new. So this was called the Verona operation. So all there was trying to do was trying to put 2 pins above on my near to my hip, but it's called the femur bone, I think it is. So the long bone anyway, between your hip and your knee. So they've put 2 pins there and then cut the bone, and then another 2 pins below it. So, and then the device was next to it. So basically, So anyway, so in order to have that happening, they have to give me like a muscle relaxant. So my muscles relaxed to before the actual what's it called to make it sleep. I forgot what they're called.
Anaesthetic.
Anaesthetic. Yeah. So before I had the anaesthetic, they gave me the muscle relaxant, and so I'm lying in the theatre having that in me, but I felt very, very strange, and I've never felt that experience, and I never experienced it before. I never will experience it again. Hopefully not.
So this is now you're going to near-death experience.
This is where it happens. Yeah. Basically, I felt like a whoosh come over me. I can't describe that. It's just like a whoosh. And I said to my surgeon who was preparing at the time in the theatre, because I just like looked at my hands, and my hands were like twice as big, red, swollen. And I thought, that's very strange. And I said to my surgeon, Mr. Newton, look at this. So he turned around and looked at me, obviously sees my face looking also maybe looking very strange. I just saw his eyes panicking.
Was this while you was officially dead at this point?
No.
This is before?
Before. Sorry. And then so I see him panicking. And then next thing is, I think he swore. But anyway, that's by the point. And then next thing you know, I was out.
Right.
And I saw, I'll say black.
So this is when you had died.
Yeah. So there was nothing for a moment. To be honest with you, time kind of like stands still. It's like black came, but then next thing you know, I saw myself below. I saw myself. I saw my surgeon and nurses try to resuscitate himself.
Kind of like an out of body.
Yeah, literally.
That kind of like
I saw everything down there, and they're trying to resuscitate me. So as I was experiencing that, I also felt at the same time, very weird to say, but I can remember I have flashbacks of it still, because it's like I was 14, I'm now 40s now, so it's 30 years ago. So, but I still have flashes of it, what's happened to me. And I can remember things happening where I can actually still see my parents in the kitchen during the operation, during the whole thing happening. So I saw my parents there. I just felt people that I was connected to, where they were. I almost felt like I was like here, but I was also everywhere. It was just a bit of a weird thing to explain, but yeah, I felt that.
This is heard in other accounts, isn't it, of near-death experience?
I believe so. Yeah. So I felt that, and anyway, so as I was experiencing that bit, and also a bit of a weird feeling of, wow, that's me. Why am I? Is this a dream? Is it? I'm just trying to get my bearings almost. And as I was doing that, but very, very calm. I wasn't panicking.
Was you aware at this point that you was dead, or was you aware that there's something
dream? I felt like a dream. So much. The whole thing felt like a dream. I didn't feel like I was. Until I heard about near-death experiences later on. I mean, 14 years of age, I didn't even hear of.
Yeah, you wouldn't connect anything with anything really at that age.
Exactly. I just felt it was just, the whole thing was just very surreal. I thought it was sort of one big dream. And when I came round, go back a bit ahead of myself, I just felt it was just a bit of a dream that I had. But then my surgeon did say to my family, to my parents, that we did lose Paul at one time. And there's a big red sticker on the paper folder at the time. It was one big red sticker on the folder saying do not give this patient this one, because it's obviously a bit of a scary thing to have, a near-death experience like that. So, but he did admit that I did die.
Wow.
So it was known.
So how long was you dead for?
They didn't give you that time frame. No. I can't say it felt like a long time, because I've heard other people talking about other things, but I did experience a lot of things, so I'm guessing there's a fair bit of time. But I think time, like I say, time becomes not important in that realm. Yeah, I feel. So I did learn a lot in that time. Okay, so go back to when I saw myself and I thought this is very strange. I thought, okay, that is me. But like I say, I was very calm about it. I wasn't thinking like, oh my goodness, I'm dead. You know, I wasn't thinking that. Yeah. I'm thinking that is just very strange. I'm seeing my surgeon, I'm seeing me. Anyway, so I'm seeing that, trying to get myself bearings of it. Then I was approached, it just felt like towards this side of how I'm looking at, I'm seeing myself there, and then I'm feeling like presence coming towards me. And I can't describe faces, because some people on near death experiences say, I felt my grandma who passed away came to me. I didn't have any of that.
So you know, a recollection of faces, nothing. You don't know what the presence was. It
no.
Did it seem human? I mean, it sounds like
that's the weird thing. It felt like light. Also,
right.
Yeah, felt like almost like shape of people.
Yeah.
But with light around it as well. So it's almost like you couldn't really get a full picture of it, but it just felt like souls and light. Yeah. That's what it just felt like towards you. So and it just like said to me, you know, come away from there. You don't want to see that anymore. Just follow me. And I said, okay, kind of thing. It was when, you know.
And he was compliant to this.
Compliant, yeah. I felt like I felt very loved from them. I felt like I felt like they knew me, I knew them. It's very strange. It was almost like coming home. Wow. That's what the biggest thing I'll say to you. It felt like home.
Wow, that's quite a statement to it, because saying it felt like home, and yet you wasn't home. You know what I mean? Of what you recognise on Earth.
Yeah.
You know, so it's,
It definitely. Yeah. I mean, it just felt like that's where I came. Yeah. As if I came from that. And
it's probably more like a spiritual connection of home rather than a physical one, maybe.
Maybe. I got great credit. I agree on that one actually. Yeah, definitely. So I came away, and so I didn't see myself there anymore. So the next thing I kind of like it's been like shown around the next room. No, not room, but it's like a area, I guess, of things happening. I saw like souls recovering from horrible experiences that they had. They had been told that these souls now are getting themselves better from this trauma that they've had. Some playing games, literally like almost like a tennis, football-ish games, and it's a bit weird to say, but having fun. That's basically what I was doing. I was having a lot of fun, and then so I saw that. I was almost, the tapestry. There's a thing called a tapestry that Dolores Cannon was on about. It was like a tapestry of like souls and
yes, I've heard that. I know what you mean. Yeah.
And I felt when I read that, I felt like I connected to that as well, as if like there's a story of everything that people learned on this tapestry. I think I felt like that connected to that. So I mean, I can't remember everything. Can I say, because it's like 40 something years ago now, but I can remember certain things like that, and reading things like that. It kind of like jogs my memory. So yeah, and when I saw that kind of thing, then I was like invited to, not invited to even, just Nessie just happened, was like almost like a TV or like a well or water or something to watch anyway. And basically I saw things happening now, like some my family. I think that's when I saw my family, not actually during that time when I died. Later on, I think that's where I saw that my parents were in the kitchen preparing foods and stuff. That's where I saw that the time stood still, type of thing. So I saw family, and I saw things backwards, like events of school that I didn't enjoy, things that I did enjoy, things that connected with my parents, things that I connected to my parents, just things of connection, really. It was just things that were really big things, for memory, it gives people great feelings and things to remember by. I saw those things.
I suppose those things connect more to your soul, things that You think more of your memory, things that you recount more, whether it's good or bad. They're attached to soul, aren't they? It's kind of
exactly. Maybe.
I mean, we can only speculate in a way.
We can't be guaranteed on these things, but I definitely saw good and bad. And also to be true as well, times where I wasn't very good at school because unfortunately I got bullied at school. So I kind of like at one point became the bully as well because I didn't want to be the victim anymore. I kind of like bullied, not for long, but it was a time where I wasn't happy with for that. And I remember doing that, and actually also experiencing what the person experienced. I got that feeling as well. So they felt my pains, but also I felt their pains as well. So it kind of like you almost like connect to each other still.
It's like, like a lot of that you hear a lot about connection. You've used that term a lot, connection, and that seems to resonate quite a lot with what you're saying. And it's quite incredible. So you're sharing other people's energy, even probably their feelings, their energy, the emotions.
Yeah, definitely.
It's quite incredible, really.
It is amazing. I mean, like I say, it's definitely connection. That's the biggest word that I would definitely probably be saying a little bit more in this because I felt I felt like things I saw ahead of myself. Things that, I mean, as a disabled young lad at 14, I thought, because when I came out of this whole thing, like I said to you, I felt like a dream. But then I thought, why am I seeing myself driving? Because I never thought I'd be driving. You know what I mean? I thought, as a disabled chap, I thought you need two legs, you need you need to be fully able to do stuff.
I know what you mean,
And I thought, because I felt like this overwhelming feelings of like, I'm driving, yay, you know what I mean? And it was like, that was the time when I passed my driving test. I felt like, yes, I'm now driving.
Did you think about that when you passed the test and you were driving? Did you think about them feelings when you was...
No. I'll be honest with you, no. I mean, I kind of like, that was the time where I still kind of like put it on the back burner. I didn't get to know about near-death experiences until about my 20s.
I suppose that's a time where you are getting more interested in that, don't you? You do become more open to, when you're a kid, you've got other things, other frivolous things to think about.
Like dating, jobs, usual stuff like that. And so that kind of like was on my back burner. I never really got into it, I'll be honest with you, until, till 20s. Then I watched the documentary and I thought, oh, that really rings true. So that's where I got to know about that near-death experience exists. It happened to me, and that's where I kind of like believed it. So I saw myself in driving. I saw myself actually being connected to Russia, which my wife is Russian, by the way.
Was that obviously before you were 14, weren't you? So before you met your wife and everything, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's...
Yeah, it was very strange. I saw like Russian Kremlin, and which I've been seeing Kremlin, so things like that. I thought, why am I being shown Russia?
Yeah, at that time you would not connect with anything at that point.
Exactly.
But connections have been made since then.
So,
again.
So so it kind of makes me wonder if sometimes life is mapped out a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I always think with that, this is what brings it home. When you hear about people that can tell the fortune, mediums and that, I do think some of them are bogus, but some have got the gift, and maybe they can tap in to these frequencies, these energy frequencies that not people can't. They can do that, and they can see that maybe the energy life that is mapped out for us. Maybe that's true, and they can tap into that.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe there's something in there because it seems to connect with, especially your near-death experience. What you talk about. There's definitely a connection there.
Yeah.
But just to go back to I'm sorry, I don't want to put you on.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'll tell you my coffee. Yeah. You like my book for today, but I think John's got one.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Tastes beautiful.
Does it?
Oh,
I'm jealous. I really want to do that.
But going back to your near-death experience, did you see yourself as a fully able-bodied person, or was that not part of it? Was you more of a
free of everything?
Was you
free of body.
Free, so there's no connection with the physical as such.
No.
Was it just an energy? Just
energy. I was literally an energy. And to be honest with you, at 14 years of age, I was more mobile than I am now.
Yes.
And I kind of like, in my younger period, I felt like I was still not even disabled. And it's a bit weird to say.
Yeah,
I went to normal school, as normal goes. So really, I wasn't really, I was trying to like not look at it, so to speak. And I didn't even know, when I'm walking, at that time, I didn't feel like I was limping, but I was actually limping, but it didn't feel to me like a big limp.
Yeah.
But obviously, children picked up on it, and that's when the bullying things happened. But that's by the by. But I felt like when I was in that moment of near-death experience, nobody, nothing attached to it. So I just felt like free, definitely.
I mean, since then, I know you've looked into other near-death experiences since then, and did you find it resonates with you? Like, do you find what you read? Because the bits I've read about other near-death experiences do tie into what you're saying. There is a similar pattern happening, similar experiences seem to be happening a lot.
Yeah,
I
agree. Yeah, and I think from reading and watching other things about it is I get connection of animals quite a lot as well, which is quite and I do, like, for example, dogs. They're almost like built in to say that they're going to protect us. And love us unconditionally. And it's almost like they've been made to do that. Things like that. And also, I felt like, I don't know if you've seen the film Lucy, where it's Scarlett Johansson, where it's basically, it shows almost like the start of the film where Lucy is the first human almost. So that's where it starts off. But then, anyway, this woman, Scarlett Johansson, comes into like near, today's date type thing. And Scarlett Johansson has able of everything. Her DNA is completely open.
Wow.
And she can see things that we can't see. And she saw like life force of energy of the trees. She could see the energy coming into the trees and out and all this kind of thing. And I felt that was also what I saw as well. I felt like trees have energies.
Well, I mean, from what I've read about consciousness and this, I mean, we're all connected. That's how I feel. We're all connected. Same for plants, animals, humans.
Yeah.
It's all from the same energy source. We're all connected in that
Absolutely.
way. So
great,
that again ties right in. It's,
connection.
For me, it's almost confirms that. Listen to your near-death experience and others as well. It's no doubt.
Definitely.
There's something. This is confirmation, and I'm sure Definitely. It must be for you even more so because you've experienced yourself. It's like
I think it's definitely changed me.
No doubt,
perspective.
You've told me that many times. It shaped your life.
It does.
From that on,
definitely. I mean, I saw things ahead of myself. Like I said, like Russia. Driving. I even saw, I know it's a bit weird to say, but I will say it to you. I even saw previous deaths, being in Roman time. I could, say again, I'm saying like to myself, why am I being shown previous lives as well? That's not me. And
when you say shown, is this from that
this world or TV or I can't describe what it was. It just literally was like plugged in front of something. And then you just get to see. It's not a well. I'd say the best thing I can describe was like a well. People have said like TV screen, movie screen. I mean, but you can't say it is that because it's not that.
Yes,
it wasn't
exactly,
that. That's the nearest I can say to you.
This is what I found with death experiences. It's hard to physically describe what they've experienced. They have to describe the closest they can or something like that.
Exactly.
Which is exactly what you're doing.
It's just trying to get it in its bit.
Because I mean, I know we spoke before about holographic universe and reality, and this I think ties into it as well because maybe your near-death experience, you're coming out of the physical world that we create. We create it, and we decode it. We create it ourselves. So maybe. At death of the physical point, we're out there.
Yeah.
And when we're back to just the pure energy, the pure consciousness.
What we are, definitely. Yeah.
Which is what we are.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
You know,
yeah, completely agree with
yeah,
you. You know, and what David Icke says, you know, we're just one consciousness.
Yeah.
You know, or Bill Hicks, you know, we're one consciousness.
Exactly.
You know,
I mean, a lot of people, you know, have mentioned this. You know, Anthony Peake.
Anthony Peake.
You know, he's well versed on all that. You know, I'm looking forward to the interview with him because I think he'll probably explain more. Probably give you even more of understanding of what your near-death experience was. And,
I hope so.
So I think we, you know,
definitely
great thing to do.
Yeah, and what I'm also looking forward to one day is trying to get regressed.
Yes, you mentioned that.
Yeah, I would like to do that because I think there's also like a bit of a program built inside of me where I feel like something can be released, opened.
Yeah.
But I've tried to get regressed before, only twice, and I've not been able to get under in hypnosis.
Yes, I remember you saying. Yes, I remember you saying that. Did you feel like you're ready to now? Do you think you'll be able to?
I would like to. I'd try. Yeah. So if anybody can give advice, or on comments or email.
Yeah, please contact us, email us, or on Facebook if you contact through Facebook, or even comment. Yeah. Comment on the box with details, and it'd be great if you can do that. And then we can do a second interview.
Yeah,
you know, from that. It'd be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Definitely.
Get more detail.
More details about it. Yeah. I mean, I think if we get hypnosis done, I like to film it as well.
Yes.
And then people can see what I've come out with.
Yes.
I'm open to that.
Yeah.
You know, because I think there's definitely some kind of programs. I think our DNA is like a program.
Yes.
I definitely feel that as well.
I mean, I've heard it been said it's almost like a program chipped in our DNA. It's almost like that, isn't it? You know, it's like written like a microchip kind of thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Not that we want to have microchips, you know that, but
yeah, definitely.
Is there any more that you can remember that you can bring in that you want to share?
So. After seeing this life review, I think that's what I would describe it as, because a lot of people describe it as a life review. Kind of like got asked the question, do you want to go back? And I kind of like had a thought to myself that they're trying to offer me to go back because it's almost like there's no pressure to go back. Don't get me wrong, there's no pressure, but it's like saying to yourself. Well, I've not learned the lessons yet, and I felt like I would miss my family.
So the spirit's asking if you want to go back to the physical life.
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah. I almost had. Yeah, well, I had a choice, and when people say about saw the light, go towards the light and that kind of thing, and I guess at that point in time, I did see a light, in a distance kind of thing, and I kind of like looking at it, thinking like, so that's the next level to go. That way or go back, and I kind of said to myself, no, I want to come back. I've got things to learn still, which was a bit of a reminder saying, Paul, you're young, you've not experienced everything yet, you need to experience a bit more. So then I thought, I need to come back. So that's why I remember the next thing, waking up actually full of beans in the ward, literally as if I was on some kind of adrenaline. Maybe they gave me some adrenaline, I don't know, but I woke up and I couldn't remember much more than then feeling just like, wow. I mean, after an operation, you don't usually, you wake up groggy and those kind of things, but I felt like, whoa, like full of life. I can't, and then, and that was it. It's almost like a wake up call, almost like like Scrooge had. When he wakes up the next day after visiting by ghost, it felt like he was overjoyed, and I felt like I was the same way almost.
Wow,
So,
a bit of a deep question now. So since your near-death experience, and 14, a lot of time to think about it more, has it changed your view on death itself? Do you fear it? Have you got a new perspective on it now? I know you've got a new perspective on it now, but does it? I don't know. Has it taken away some of that fear?
I'm not afraid to die. And it kind of like I feel like it's taking me back home if you do. and I kind of like watched a lot of near-death experiences where people have done like suicide, unfortunately, and things like that, and then people come back again. Some people have said they've experienced bad things on that, but I've also experienced from other watching the videos where they've experienced good things. So I don't know. The only thing I'll say to you about that is that there's no judgment. You know, when I said to you about the bullying thing, right, you know, even though I was being a bully or things where I've done things wrong, there's none like, you know, don't do that. You know, there's none of this. There's no judgment. You know, like in England, you know, in human life, we got like you know, parenting and our own head saying no. But when you go back to that judgment time or the review time, it's none of that. But you get to feel the pains. So that is in itself a learning curve for thinking like, next time I'm not going to be doing that because, and I believe that next time I believe in reincarnations, and I think I believe that we go into the next life thinking differently. Different perspectives.
That's quite fascinating that we said that. That's really great. I mean, it really untrue that. I mean, from what I've read, and that's really well put. That.
Thank you.
Really well put.
Been practicing.
But I like that about, you know, there's no judgment. You know, because I think judgment, it's a man-made thing, isn't it? It's a physical man-made. It's you know,
religion.
It comes from all those kind of institutes, kind of thing. And it's taught from, like you say, from parents and teachers, and it's kind of, we're taught to judge. I think, you know, because like you say, you know, our base form, we're consciousness, we're free. Like, you know, which you explained perfectly there.
I mean, I just sometimes think, because I did a bit of sociology, and I'm thinking like, you know, for example, if a baby just arrived and it just had like no one around, how would that person develop? You know, and no teachers, you know, or teachers of more of a spiritual way, maybe. And I think that would be more of a realistic way of being. But that's not possible. But as much as you know, that's what I like to see it as one day. But
I mean, I always think that, you know, we've all spoken before that, you know, life doesn't have to be like this. It's been shaped by the system that we're in, that we're locked into, and we're reliant on it. You know, and that's how we become. It's almost accepted the system, and most people, almost everyone really, they can't kind of comprehend anything else. You know, they can't imagine. It's like they feel that they have to be controlled. They have to have people ruling them, and be judgmental is always part of that. And that's not really the case. You know,
it's not the way.
You know, when you really break it down, when you really get to the base level, which I believe near-death experience, especially when I hear your accounts and others, that's what I get from it. You know, it's base form of what we are. What we are,
definitely. I mean, the base form, like you said there, in a nutshell, is no materialism.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, these things that we buy, it's very much consumerism. It is a man-made thing. Definitely, I agree with you.
That's what I think. We're consciousness, we're energy, and we'll be free of all, pardon me friends, the bullshit of the physical world that
definitely, I agree.
It's been purposely, I feel, has been placed upon us. You know,
I agree.
To keep us like this, so we're not empowered. So you know,
consume, buy, and die.
Exactly.
As was George Carlin. He said, you know.
And I think near-death experiences like hearing yours that's the pure account of what we are. That's the purity without any of that rubbish.
Absolutely, I agree with you on that one.
So, you know, when I hear you talk like it gives me great hope. You know, hearing you tell your experience like that, and especially as you're a good friend of mine as well. It's you know, this is you know, so you give me hope. For that, you know?
Absolutely, and I hope that's what I'm hoping.
And this is why I know you said before. Exactly, this is why you want to put this across.
I want to give other people to say that there's no judgment. To get away from materialism. Connect with people.
Yeah.
And basically love, and also I would just say to them, experience things. That's what we're here for. We're here to experience stuff, to travel, to interact with people, gain memories.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing.
I mean, this is all what Unite Planet is all about, isn't it?
Absolutely. That's what we're doing.
I think, I mean, you're the first one to set this up on the Facebook page, and I get it totally. I think the core of that has come from your near-death experience. I think the core of that is, and I can tell that.
Yeah.
And so I resonate that.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's why we go well together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is there any more to add? I mean, is there anything else you want to say on the subject? 'Cause it's been, so far it's been fascinating.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else to say about it. No. I mean, I think Dolores Cannon, I can never say her name out, Dolores Cannon, she was famous for regressing people.
Yeah.
And she, for me, she was a big part of my learning about near-death experiences, and I would recommend people to watch videos about her. She's passed away now, unfortunately. But she was a lovely lady. She did so much work for good.
Yes.
She came from that heart chakra, whatever you want to call it. She definitely came from a heart way, and I do recommend people to watch that as well. Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, that's all I can say for now.
Well, it's been really fascinating, Paul. Thank you for sharing that with us. It's been an emotional ride, really. Hearing you put it across like you have so well, and with great emotion and and clarity. Really, for saying the near-death experience, it's hard to describe it. I think the way you described it has been as good as anyone can describe it. So thank you for sharing it with us.
You're well welcome. I hope it helps some people as well.
I hope so too. Thank you very much, Paul.
Thank you, John.
And we'll be seeing you next time. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.